Have you ever tried out making arrowroot fries? If not, try out this recipe because it turns out crispy, very delicious and filling. You can pair the fries with your favorite sauce. I have some ketchup over here, which I'm going to be dipping my arrowroot fries. So if you have some arrowroots in your house going bad, try out this recipe. For this recipe, you'll need arrowroots, and over here I have mine, which I'm going to be cleaning. So as you can see, the skin is brownish in color and the inside is quite starchy. It's white and has purple speckles. So yes, and this is a very huge piece of arrowroot. So the first step to make our delicious arrowroot fries is to peel. So using a sharp knife, I'm going to cut the top and bottom of my arrowroots, and then I'm going to cut it in half so that it can be easier for me to work with the arrowroots, and this is how it looks on the inside. Then using my sharp knife, I'm going to peel my arrowroots. Generally, arrowroots are quite muddy because they are tubers which grow underground. So as you can see, mine are a little bit clean because I washed the outside of my arrowroot, so that can be easier for me to work with the arrowroots. So once done, I'm going to discard the skins of my arrowroots. Using the edge of my knife, I'm going to remove the eyes of my arrowroots because they have dirt or soil. So carefully, I'm going to move my knife around. Once done peeling my arrowroots, I'm going to run my knife and cut the arrowroots into strips just like this because we're going to be making fries. And once done, I'm going to be chopping up my arrowroots into fries. Transfer to a bowl with water, and then I'm going to finish up slicing my arrowroots. Make sure the arrowroot fries are the same size. The recipe is for around one person, so for this arrowroot, I'm going to be saving it for another recipe. So I'm going to keep my arrowroot aside, and in my bowl, I have very nice cut out arrowroot fries, which I'm going to be washing for around 2 to 3 times until the arrowroots are clean. When done washing your arrowroot, this is how they're going to be looking like, and as you can see, they're quite clean. So the next step is to boil our arrowroot fries for around 5 minutes. So in a pot of a medium-high flame, you're going to add in around 2 cups of water, cold water that is, and then you're going to place in your arrowroots. Let the pot come to a boil, and then you're going to be boiling your fries for around 5 minutes so that they can soften up. After 5 minutes, this is how my arrowroots are looking like, and as you can see, the edges are still very sharp. So that means that the arrowroots are not overcooked and they are a little bit tender. You don't want to overcook the arrowroots because they are going to fall apart. So at this point, I'm going to put out the flames, drain the water from the arrowroots, pick a pan. I'm going to begin by picking my pan, my frying pan, and adding in oil over medium-high flame. After draining the water from my arrowroots, this is how they look like, and as you can see, they are looking quite sharp and not overcooked. So you're going to let this sit for around 1 minute as your cooking oil is getting hot so that the excess moisture can escape. Once you have transferred in the arrowroots into the cooking oil, you're going to be frying for around 2 to 4 minutes. Remember, we parboiled our arrowroots, so now we are adding in some color and flavor. So using your skimmer, you're going to flip your arrowroots as they fry. And please don't overcrowd, because once you overcrowd, the arrowroots are not going to cook fully, and also they are going to lower the temperature of the oil, and then they're going to turn out soggy, and we need some crispy, delicious arrowroot fries. After 3 minutes, this is how my arrowroot fries are looking like. So I'm going to shake off the excess oil and transfer to a kitchen paper towel to drain off the excess oil. Then I'm going to be placing in my next round. The arrowroots have already cooled. That's why I'm able to handle with bare hands. So this is my final round done. So I'm going to check on my arrowroot fries over here. Sprinkle with some salt. And this is how the fries are looking like. As you snap into the arrowroots, it's quite tender on the inside and crispy on the outside. So I'm going to give this a try. So good. It's crispy, it's tender, and delicious. My last round of my fries is ready. So I'm going to shake off the excess oil, put out the gas, and transfer to the rest. And they look absolutely delicious. Immediately, I'm going to sprinkle with some salt before the oil dries off. Make sure all the fries are coated with salt. Gorgeous. Just look at that. I can guarantee you, if you try out this arrowroot fries recipe, they're going to turn out delicious and perfect, just as mine. With very minimal ingredients, the outcome is going to be delicious. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll be trying out this easy recipe.